I have two questions. The first is about synchronicity. We're each creating our own reality, which includes other people and events. When somebody comes into our life or our events, they're also creating their own reality. Who's creating who? And what guarantees the synchronicity that things always come together perfectly, given that we live in an expanding universe, not a fixed one?
Well, we like that word synchronicity very much because it describes, as good as any word could, what creation or attraction really is. It's cooperative components coming together. So when two people, in whatever way they come about it, find a vibration of similarity, or more precisely said, sameness, then law of attraction will put them together. And that's what we mean when we talk about the cooperative components. So let's say that your life, through whatever you've been living, has helped plenty of problems come into focus for you, and plenty of solutions were coming into focus too, but you didn't know it because you were so aware of and descriptive of the problems. But here they all were formulating anyway. Your vibrational escrow was formulating. And let's say, just for the fun sake of this conversation and analogy, that something that you had been asking for, you'd been beating the drum of the absence of it, but every time you did that, you became clearer about the specifics of the presence of it. And so you light it up for yourself, and the inner being that is you stands there holding the vibrational frequency of that. And law of attraction is responding to this powerful vortex of creation. Now, just because you, who gave birth to it, aren't a match to it, doesn't mean that it isn't alive and well, and doesn't mean that the cooperative components aren't already assembling. So let's say that dream job, or that dream girl, or that dream whatever has come into full vibrational beingness. But you're over here still beating the drum, not a vibrational match to it. So then you find some way to chill out. Somebody teaches you about quieting your mind, or you have a happy moment or whatever, and you find yourself, deliberately or not, in the vortex. And by not, we mean just responding to some beautiful thing. That'll put you in the vortex. You may not stay there very long, but you could get in. So you, some way, somehow, get into the vortex where, for a moment, maybe a long one, maybe a short one, you are a cooperative component. And that's when that synchronicity occurs. In other words, you're a cooperative component, the others are cooperative components. It lights up and you go, oh wow, where have you all been? I've been looking for you for a really long time. And if they were telling you in the way we are telling you, they would say, we have been here waiting for you to find your cooperative vibration so that you could discover us. So what creation really is about rendezvousing. A woman said to us one day, she was very angry. She said, Abraham, I was driving down a freeway. She said, I don't think this law of attraction stuff works. She said, I was driving down a freeway and I was pulled over by a policeman and given a very expensive ticket. And she said, and I was not in a negative place when it happened. In fact, she said, I was listening to one of your recordings. So there. And we said, what was the ticket about? And she said, for not wearing my seatbelt. And we said, what do you think about seatbelts? And she said, I think they are ridiculous. I don't think I should have to wear them. I think it is an invasion on my privacy. I don't think it's anyone's business whether I wear a seatbelt or not. She went on for quite a while. It was humorous to hear. She didn't realize how active that vibration was within her. And she also didn't realize that these vortices of cooperation are happening on all vibrational levels. So here's a policeman trolling the freeways of San Francisco for revenue. That's exactly what his occupation is. And he has learned to be sensitive to the vibration. In other words, there were thousands of cars around her. He did not spy her from his distant perch on the hill. He felt her. In other words, she was a cooperative component to that. And we said, it's like you were driving down that freeway with a beacon saying, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. So you might call that synchronicity too. In other words, but the thing that we wanted her and everyone to understand is, if you are not aware of what your active vibration is, then you don't understand how perfectly matched you are to the other things that sync up with you. But when you become aware, once we made her aware of the way she felt about that, it was obvious to her that she was the most obvious one that policeman should find that day. There was no one within miles of her that had anything close to the vibration of discord that matched what was going on with that ticket giving, you see. Synchronicity is law of attraction matching up cooperative components.
And out of that comes my second question, which also comes from some examples you've given on the tapes.